Welcome back to our channel, where we delve into the mysteries of the world. If you're new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to stay updated with our latest content. Today, we are exploring one of the most intriguing and controversial subjects, the potential shape of World War III in our digital era. We'll delve into the concept of digital warfare, its implications, and how it could redefine the very nature of conflict.
What would happen if we all got up one morning and nothing was working? There was no internet. Our public transport systems wouldn't work, our roads wouldn't work, everything wouldn't work.
The title of our video today is World War III. Not what you think. When we think of war, we often picture tanks, soldiers, and physical combat. But what if the next global conflict isn't fought on a battlefield, but on a digital front? This might seem like a concept out of a science fiction novel, but in our increasingly connected world, it's a very real possibility. We're not just talking about hacking or cyber espionage, but a full-scale digital war that could disrupt nations and economies.
The internet has created tremendous access to information and technology for basically vast number of populations across the globe. So as long as there is internet connectivity, you can access everything that exists on the internet. And as a result, there's a tremendous amount of positive things that come out of it. People can stay in touch, people can have access to educational materials, people can do business remotely and build collaborations. But at the same time, it creates a vulnerability surface.
We live in a digital era where our lives are intertwined with screens and virtual platforms. Our dependence on technology has grown exponentially, and with it, the potential for digital warfare. But what does digital warfare look like? It's not about physical destruction, but disruption. It's about destabilizing economies, spreading misinformation, and sowing discord. Imagine waking up to find your bank accounts frozen, your city's power grid shut down, and misinformation spreading like wildfire.
If you tell anybody in Hong Kong 1 year ago that Hong Kong police officers are secretly killing people and dumping the dead bodies in the ocean, nobody would have believed it. But now, there are a sizable number of people in Hong Kong who really think that that might be happening right now. The absolute mistrust in the government and authorities, including the police, is what's causing this so-called fake news phenomenon in Hong Kong right now.
Klaus Schwab, the founder of the World Economic Forum, once said, "You'll own nothing and you'll be happy." This statement reflects a future where physical possessions are replaced by digital ownership. But what happens when these digital assets become the target of a war? Imagine a scenario where digital assets, from cryptocurrencies to digital identities, are targeted and manipulated, causing chaos and mistrust.
So information manipulation is sort of the next step in that conflict spectrum. And information manipulation, in many ways, uses cyber tools and methods to shape society or decision makers to change the decision making. And it's also a long-term process. It's also very subtle. Oftentimes lies, are often blended with the truth.
Imagine a world where the weapons are not tanks or projectiles, but lines of code. Cyber attacks could disrupt economies, shut down power grids, and spread misinformation, causing chaos without a single shot being fired. This is not a distant future, but a reality we are already witnessing with the rise of cyber attacks worldwide. A digital World War III could be fought silently, invisibly, and without the need for physical troops or weapons.
Someone can send you a piece of malware, which is a malicious piece of software that essentially encrypts your hard drive. That is a type of attack that's typically referred to as ransomware. So your computer system is now encrypted and you cannot access any information on your system.
In this potential World War III, the battlefield is everywhere. It's in our homes, our offices, even in our pockets. The soldiers are not just those in uniform, but anyone with access to a computer and the internet. This is a war without borders, a war where everyone is potentially on the front lines. But it's not just about the physical locations. This war is also being fought on the digital platforms we use every day. Social media, online forums, even our email inboxes. These platforms, which were designed to bring us together, however, can also be used to drive us apart. Misinformation can spread like wildfire, sowing discord and confusion. And in this war, the enemy could be thousands of miles away, or just next door. They could be a state-sponsored hacker, a rogue criminal group, or even a misguided individual with a grudge. This is a war where the enemy is often invisible until it's too late. But perhaps the most insidious aspect of this digital war is its potential to turn us against each other. By exploiting our fears and prejudices, those who wage this war can cause us to see enemies in our neighborhoods and friends. This is a war that can fracture communities, break down trust, and undermine the very fabric of our society.
If we try to understand what cyber warfare looks like from the offensive and defensive aspects, we have to take into account first the large number of computerized systems deployed in each country's armed forces and in the civil sector of each country.
That reliance creates vulnerabilities in just everybody's computer system and computer devices.
In cyber warfare, the aim is to attack key weapon systems of the enemy, to attack key civil infrastructure of the enemy, to undermine their war effort. And then we have to ask ourselves the question, well, how many unique computerized systems are there in the armed forces of the adversary country? This is probably well in excess of 5,000 unique computerized systems in any military force. And we're looking then at in excess of 10 or 20,000 unique computerized systems in the civil infrastructure of any country.
But it's not all doom and gloom. Just as technology can be used for harm, it can also be used for good. Cybersecurity measures, digital literacy, and international cooperation can help us safeguard our digital world. We have the tools to protect ourselves, but it requires awareness, education, and action. We need to be proactive, not reactive in this digital battlefield. So, what can we do as individuals? Stay informed, be mindful of our digital footprint, and understand the value and vulnerability of our data. Remember, in this digital age, knowledge is power, and awareness is our best defense. We must learn to navigate this digital landscape safely and responsibly, and to recognize potential threats before they become disasters. That's all for today's exploration into the potential shape of World War III. This is a vast and complex topic, and we've only just scratched the surface. But we hope this video has given you some food for thought, and maybe even inspired you to learn more about digital warfare and cybersecurity. If you found this topic intriguing, don't forget to hit the like button and share this video with your friends. It really helps the channel out. And if you enjoyed this video, YouTube thinks you will find this one interesting too, so be sure to check it out. Thank you for joining us today, and we'll see you in the next video.